Oh, I'm sorry. I had my mic muted. Can you guys hear me? It should be working. There's a delay between when I'm speaking and when I see you guys. Oh, I'm sorry. I had my mic muted. Can you guys hear me? Let's see if it's working. It should be working. It's working? All right, cool. Thanks, guys, for joining. Appreciate it. When I'm speaking. Let me know if the... when I see I'm sorry. The audio is ever too loud or too soft. My microphone is situated to the left of both of my screens, so when I'm looking at my right screen, I turn my face away from the mic. So thanks, guys, for joining. If you ever hear me, appreciate it. When I'm speaking, let me know if quieter, it's probably when I see I'm sorry. The audio is ever too loud or too soft. I will have to change my microphone. So is situated to the left of both of my screens, so when I'm looking at my right screen, I turn my face away from the mic. So thanks, guys, for joining. If you ever hear me, appreciate it. So this is only the second stream I've done. It's probably I'm sorry. The audio first one was really fun. We did 2 nights ago, so I wanted to do it again. It's situated to the left of both of my screens, so when I'm looking at my right screen, I turn my face away from the mic. So thanks, guys, for joining. If you ever hear me, so this is only the second stream that I drew with chats. I'm sorry. The audio first one was really fun. We did 2 nights ago, so I wanted to do it again. It's situated to the left of both of my screen, so when I'm looking at my right screen, I turn my face away from the channel. So if you ever hear me, this is only the second stream that I drew another chat. I'm sorry. The audio first one was really fun. We did 2 nights ago, so I wanted to take a look. Do it again. It's situated to the left of my screen. So today I want to do something looking at my right screen. A new video posted, and I'm going to experiment with the stream going forward. This is only the second stream that I drew another chat. I'm sorry. The audio first one was really fun. We did 2 nights ago, so I kind of wanted to just do it again. It's situated to the left. I want to draw one panel. So today I want to do something looking at my right screen. A new video posted, and I'm going to experiment with the stream going forward. This is only the second stream that I drew another chat. I'm sorry. The audio first one was really fun. Heavily inspired by something like Miami Vice. Just do it again. I want to draw one panel. So today I want to do something looking at my right screen. A new video posted, and I'm going to experiment with the stream going forward. This is only the second stream that I drew another chat. I'm sorry. The audio first one was really fun. Heavily inspired by something like Miami Vice. Just do it again. I want to draw one panel. Oh, I said okay. There was an echo because I have the stream open on my monitor as well. It should be gone now. Let me know if that's any better. Oh, I look forward to watching the VOD of this to see what happens. Okay, so I'll just repeat myself. So this is the second YouTube stream that I have done. The first stream I did 2 nights ago, and I drew a sort of a collaborative thing with chat and posted that on the Pulling Ball community subreddit. If you haven't seen it, go to that subreddit, take a look. It was pretty fun taking chat suggestions into account when drawing it. We put out a new video this morning on not the subreddit, on our YouTube channel. Another Pulling Ball News video made by Aaron and Gatenerd. Go ahead and take a look at that if you haven't already. So today I want to try something a little different. I'm going to experiment with the live stream, over the next couple months, see what you guys like. But I'm going to draw sort of an art piece, just one panel thing, kind of in like the Outrun or synthwave style. If you're not familiar with that, a lot of purple, a lot of pink, heavily 80s inspired. If you know Miami Vice or anything like that, I'm going to draw a Ferrari Testarossa, 1986 Ferrari Testarossa. This is my dream car. I cannot afford it. Hopefully one day. This was the car that was used in Miami Vice, popularized by Miami Vice. Morning biodegradable. American Ball Editor. I did see that you were first in chat. Thank you, Julius. Draw Liechtenstein with Switzerland. I have drawn a comic with Liechtenstein before. There's one, I think it was either World War I or World War II, where the Italian army sent like 80 people, 80 soldiers into Liechtenstein, and then they came back with 81. So all 80 people survived, and one Liechtensteiner, I guess, joined them, went back to Italy with them. So they came back with a friend. But yeah, I mean, feel free to say whatever in chat. I'll take a look and incorporate suggestions as I'm going through this. But I was going to start with just essentially just tracing this, give it a basic outline because I want it to look somewhat realistic. So I'm going to use the car. Maybe a little bit bigger. It should be this is going to be like the dominant image, and then I wanted to put Poland and maybe Ukraine in front. In Poland as Don Johnson, Don Johnson's character, forget his character's name, and then can't remember his co-star. Can I draw Seychelles? Maybe, if it makes sense. Whoops. All right, so why is this not showing up as a separate layer? Okay, there we go. It's 45. Maybe a little bit smaller. Let's do 40%. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll have the car here. I'll have Poland in front, Ukraine in front, and then like palm trees in the background, and that like the Outrun sun that's super popular. Russia in the background. Yeah, maybe it would be a little bit ominous. I kind of wanted this to be kind of cool, Maybe Rome trying to take over Italy and Italy refusing. Vietnam and USA. Seychelles is one of the best flags for a country that is barely present on an international stage. That is very true. They have one of the best flags in the world. But they are a part of that US and UK led naval coalition against the Houthis in the Red Sea. The mighty Seychelles Navy. So I'm using Photoshop. It's an old version of Photoshop. I've just never updated it. They're eating Chinese chicken rice with protein chocolate milk. Very good. Doesn't sound like it would work together, but more power to you. All right, let's start drawing this. And I tend to tunnel vision when I am drawing, so I'm not ignoring chat. I'll get to it. Okay. The wheel. Maybe this is too thick of a pencil, but it's not going to have a lot of detail. It's a little messy. This is all freehand, but tracing it because I want the object to look like an actual car and not a cartoony car. And the wheels. Michelin tires. We can name them something else. YouTube chat. If you guys want to come up with suggestions what we can write on the tire instead of Michelin, that'd be cool. You're eating uranium-235 and drinking a liquid mercury. It's pretty cool. I've never met a Trisolaran before. Oh, that's no good. Exhaust pipes look good too. I just want to do the actual outline of the car. The body, you know? This is such a cool car. One trick you can do, if you are tracing something for whatever purpose, you can change the opacity of the actual image to make it a little bit easier to see what you're drawing. Whoops. That's no good. So we can make this actually black. I can make it thicker here. And then down into this. I learned to drive on what was it? A 1997 Dodge Grand Caravan, puke green. So, car lasted a long time. We had it for nearly 20 years before it died. But it was a minivan, and minivans are not cool. Maybe if Ferrari made a minivan, or Lamborghini, maybe then they'd be cool. Draw Italy and Tunisia after you draw the Ferrari. Maybe. I really want the two characters to be Poland and Ukraine because they're not the kind of country you would expect to put in like a Miami Vice type setting. You know, Ferrari being an Italian company, you would expect Italy to show up. Let's see. This grill is going to be interesting to draw. I'll just have to go to the thinner pencil. Go to 3 here for the... This is where the license plate is supposed to go. We can put a license plate there. We can draw something, write something. Chat can come up with it. We'll come back to that at the end. Clean this up just a tad. Doesn't have to be perfect. I just want to see where we are. I compulsively save my work as well. Can you post images on YouTube, chat? I don't know. I used to stream on Twitch video games, and I really missed Twitch chat. I love the reaction emojis, emotes. Did I miss anything down here? Tires. I have to change the opacity. Let's go 80. Oops. 90. Actually, it's going to be kind of hard to tell. Yeah, I have to go to 99. Okay. Getting the tire right here, it blends in with the shadow, so it's going to be hard to guess exactly. Overshot just a bit. Clean it up. Light source. Yeah, there's a video on our channel of Dick Rhino eating a Carolina Reaper pepper. One of the hottest peppers on the planet. So most people don't know this, but Dick Rhino actually died eating that. And we're now using his clone in subsequent videos. Don't tell anyone, though. Because it's not strictly legal. We do a 2-point pencil here. For the mirror. I think this car only has a side mirror on the left side, the driver's side. I don't think there's one on the passenger side. Just a little bit here. I think it's the hottest pepper in the world. I think there's something... I think there's a pepper that's even hotter. Dick Rhino even mentioned it in the video, unless I'm making that up. I don't think I am, though. It's no good. This is going to be hard to... It's a little thin, you know? Windshield. This is going to be the hardest part of the actual drawing, or the most time consuming. It's not hard, you know, it's just tracing. But drawing the characters is always the most fun part. Drawing the expression on the ball's face. I jump around a lot to different parts of the card. Anytime I'm drawing an object, really. Like, instead of going all the way left to right or whatever, it feels like you're seeing it progress more if you jump around and fill in little parts of it, so you don't just have like a shell. And also, like, trying to draw a straight line here. You lose it, right? And then come back down. Look, you see the sun flare on this. It's pretty cool. That went up a little bit too high. Keep it kind of smooth. It doesn't have to be super perfect, but again, I'm tracing it because I want this to look like an actual Testarossa. Hello, guest Altel. Altel? Thanks for joining again. Yeah, chat, come up with ideas on what we can write on the license plate, or even the branding. It has to fit, you know. This is not here, for reference, this is how big the text could be. I'm going to use a different color for the exhaust pipes. So that it's easier to see. Yeah, the plate should say curva. Yeah, that would make sense. Back to a 2-point pen for the pipes. And 1 point for the pipe in the back. Something like that. I don't know if I even want to do this grill here. Maybe I will. Make it red. 2 point. Start here. End here. I should really finish the outline before I get into details like this, but whatever. It's like drawing the US flag. Too many stripes. Yeah, I could have a bumper sticker. So it's going to be Ukraine and Poland as the main characters. The bumper sticker could be like my other right is an Abrams or a Leopard 2. Does Poland use Abrams tanks? I know they have Leopard 2s, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I should have done a 2 point or 3 point for most of the body. Oh well. Live and learn. Let's take a look at what it looks like so far. Getting there. The back looks better. N0SP43C, no space. That is a fantastic idea. I love that so far. No space. That's what it's going to be so far. Yeah, props to Pyro Does Gaming. No space is a great great suggestion for the license plate. Finish this window. I'm not going to do the interior. I'm just going to have it be like a heavily tinted window. But I do have to do this. Something like that. It doesn't have to be super accurate. Clean that up. I went a little bit too far at the bottom there. That looks good, I think. Back window. We're going to apply some heavy purple and pink filters to the entire thing at the very end. Put some palm trees. This is going to be on a road. This looks like it should be 1 point. I guess we should go back to 5 point for the rear of the car. God, what a gorgeous car. Do Ferrari and Lamborghini, do they make EVs? Or are they still very much to internal combustion engines. I would imagine that they've got to be at least making some models that are electric, right? It'd be weird if they didn't. Just be a line here. Accented, you know. It's hard to tell where the back of the car actually ends. You know, it's like maybe right here. And then it sort of fades into paneling over here. Yeah, I'll add that detail after. Tires will have to be different color, so it makes it easier to draw them. Can we get a status report on Iceland's oven? I heard first responders arrived too late to save the smoke shark. If the world lost Icelandic cuisine, I don't think we would really be losing anything, to be honest. I've been wanting to make a comic and post it to the subreddit, but there's a few things. You know, the subreddit rules. You've been watching a few streams, so there's a bit more to it. Yeah, I mean, if you haven't had a comic approved, just be a stickler for the rules. At least early on, you know? So we've got, this looks like a shadow here I'll have to add in. I can do that, that's fine. Always come back to the image as a reference for where I need to add shadows. I'm still using 2 point, okay. That makes sense. Then rear view, or the rear mirror window. It's too straight. There we go. That looks better. This is gonna have to like fade into. Hold on, I don't know. I don't like what I did here. Let me clean this up a bit. So we've got this black, like accented line. I can offset it a little bit from the actual image. Let's see, what does that look like? It's okay. Thicken it up in the middle here. All right, it's coming along. Yeah, you can draw comics in whatever program you want. The main rule is that it has to look like it was drawn in MS Paint. So, you know, it does have to look not photorealistic. You want it to look rough. You're gonna make a comic on your phone. You'll still be watching on your desktop. All right, cool. Thanks for still watching. We appreciate it. Let's see. I have to do the air intake here. And then the wheels. Breaking news number 3. SD is cooler than America. Estonia's flag is cooler than the American flag. Do I draw using a mouse or a graphics tablet? I draw with a mouse. I do have a tablet, but I don't like it. Does Poland have a Glock in his Ferrari? Well, he's gonna have some kind of gun, right? He has to. Miami Vice, man. Yeah, there's a lot of different programs you can use. You can use MS Paint, you can use Paint 3D, you can use GIMP, Photoshop, of course. All right, let's see, where were we? I feel like this should probably just continue on. Let's have it go like that, maybe. Actually, no. Because this is, that's shading. I'll have to fix that. I don't know. What kind of sidearm did Don Johnson have in Miami Vice? Probably a Beretta, right? M9, I think. Right? That was like the standard issue police pistol for most police departments around the US for a long time. The thing you love most about small streams like this is that the streamer is interactive with chat. Yeah, that's one of the fun things about streaming is being able to interact with chat. When you get hundreds or thousands of viewers, which I haven't, but you know, it gets to the point where chat moves too quickly for the streamer to be able to interact in a meaningful way. You sort of just get like the broad sort of strokes of what chat is talking about, but you can't really sort of individualize your conversations. The most I've ever had in a stream was about 100, 110 people. And even then, you know, if they're all like spamming chat, it's hard to keep up. You've overheard IBIS paint is good, but you've never tried it. I haven't either. I didn't know IBIS was a thing until 2 days ago when someone mentioned it in this stream. Drawing with the mouse is wild, but the beauty of Poland Ball is its aesthetic is supposed to be rough and dopey looking, so there's much less pressure to make things look good. Yes. There have been a lot of surveys of the subreddit user base over the years as to what they viewed as the most important element of a Poland Ball comic. And art is almost always like near the bottom. People don't really care about the quality of the art. They want it to be funny, first and foremost. It's always that they want the comic to be funny. All right, let's do some of this paneling. This could be probably one. Maybe I should just do the bottom like black panel. I don't know, we'll get to it. No, this shouldn't be one. I guess it should start as 1 pixel brush, pencil, and then go up to 2. Okay. Pulling my mouse down and to the left is where I really start screwing up. It's the hardest direction, I think. I hold my mouse like on the edge of my desk, so I sort of run out of space as it starts to hit the inner part of my palm. One pixel here, then open up to 2 pixel. Oh, that's way too straight. Okay. Just 2 pixel. Should really be in a different color. Well, I'll have to go back and like recolor some of these because, you know, a lot of the body in the car is white. It's not the black is serving as an outline, but this is too thin to have as an outline. That's good enough, I think. Do I use MS Paint for my drawings? No, I'm using Photoshop. A Sig Sauer P220 is what was used in Miami Vice. Okay. So many of us are still precious with how we make our stuff look. We want it to look crappy, but not too crappy. Yeah, I totally get that. Once you make a lot of comics, once you draw a lot, it's hard to like make something look purposefully bad, you know? You know, I'm far from, you know, being the greatest artist in the subreddit, but my art is a lot better than it was when I first started out. All right, I think we're about ready to do... Oh, I have to do the back. I don't want to do the back. Maybe we do that last. Let's see what it looks like so far. Getting there. So we're really just missing the wheels. The left side wheels, and then the lights. Opinion on Danish country balls. They're made of Legos. Should country balls have mouths? Your answer is no. They look too much like country humans with Mr. Spherical adding hands, which is also inspired like half the community of just 6-year-olds now. Yeah, we don't like the addition of things like limbs or hair or pupils or whatever, mouths to Poland ball characters. The comics and stills I've drawn for Poland ball so far since last month is the most I've drawn in over 6 years. Yeah, I mean, I think Poland ball is going through something of a renaissance. We were talking about this on the stream 2 nights ago. I myself have made a lot more comics in the past, I guess since last July, so about 6 months. I took like an 8-year-long hiatus from Poland ball just because I didn't have the time or the motivation. But, you know, I've been able to wind down some other hobbies, so I have time to do Poland ball again, and I'm glad I am. You like Mr. Spherical's content, but really dislike on how he uses mouths and not following much of the rules. So I don't know who Mr. Spherical is, but I guess I'll have to look him up. But I know there's a lot of Poland ball and country ball content out on YouTube, and you know, one of the reasons why we wanted to make this channel was because we've sort of been the gatekeepers, as it were, of the medium. Not that we have any control over, you know, who does what on YouTube. They're free to do whatever they want, you know. All right, I'm going to do the lights, just because if I don't do it now, I'm going to save it until the very end, and I don't want to. So let's do the grill. I think 2-point maybe for this. Can I zoom out a bit? Do you prefer using white spaces or landscapes for background? I prefer using a white background just because for the most part, when you're drawing a comic, the background is superfluous. You know, if you're telling a joke or something, you don't need a background, right? I'm surprised you don't know him. I have a very, very specific YouTube taste. I watch a lot of like astrophysics content and like sci-fi stuff. And then like the geopolitical stuff I watch is very, I don't know that it lends itself well to Poland ball, but I mean, I guess it does, but you know, I'm sure a lot of you know who Perun is. He's got a great channel. But it's all about defense policy. Defense industrial economics. Both Poland and Ukraine should have shades on. Oh, absolutely. He's been a name since late 2021. It's not just YouTube community, but Reddit Poland ballers always try and find loopholes, such as handy poles and wigs. Yeah. What do I think of 3D Poland balls? I have no idea how to make them, but other people apparently do. So go for it. Yeah, Perun is great. If there's one channel I can suggest to people that have even a passing interest in international relations as it relates to defense, as well as defense economics and defense policy, he's got to be the best on YouTube right now. I was watching he puts out a video every Sunday. I was watching his most recent video earlier today while I was working out. Sorry, I was going to zoom out. You know what? Oh, okay. You can see there's the horse icon, or not icon, ornament. You can barely make it out. So I guess we can draw Poland or something on the back of this instead of the horse. Yeesh, this is no good. It's crazy to me that they're essentially tools in Photoshop and other software. You just essentially apply a filter to an image and turn it into a cartoon. You can just have AI spit out stuff too. I want to get Midjourney and play around with that. I think it's like $10 a month or something. But the Midjourney subreddit is really cool too if you guys are at all interested in like AI generated content. I'm going to catch up with chat. Danish Animations, you're kind of new joining the community in 2019. Well, that's not too new. It's 5 years at this point, but welcome. Poland Ball's been around for like 15 years at this point. Say that your YouTube pace is geography and tech. Yeah, I've got some overlap there. I'm not so much into tech, but geography, yeah. You found yourself drawing comics or backgrounds and comic panels when they're necessary for context, otherwise you'll keep them in white void. Yeah, that's just generally how I do it, you know. What's your opinion on Kaliningrad General? I assume that's another channel. I don't know who that is, but it looks like you guys do. I carry a ball I am familiar with, I think. That's some good, really good animations. Have you ever seen country balls, but with the flags of the armed forces? I think it'd be cool. So for a comic between the Air Force in America and the Chinese spy balloon last year. I actually drew a comic a couple of, maybe like a month ago about the spy balloon incident. There's a video on our channel about it as well. Go take a look. It's called The Balloon Hunter. But I don't know that I've ever seen a comic that uses the flags of like the Marine Corps or whatever. They wouldn't be allowed in the subreddit because they're not countries, but there's no one stopping you from actually drawing it yourself, you know? This is annoying, doing these lines. Pull it in a bit. Your animation style is more the dopey digital cutout variety, but I stick to the pole ball rules. Right on. I tried to make a comic about Turkey accepting Sweden and NATO, but Hungary still didn't accept them. I don't know if I want to post now. Post it, you know? If it doesn't get accepted, it doesn't get accepted, right? It's, you know, eventually one will get through. You learn what the rules are. You joined the pole ball community last year, UK Country Ball? That's pretty new. Oh, Biodegradables only joined pole ball a month ago. Wow. That's wild. Joined early 2020, joined in November, joined October 2021. You ever try and posting on Reddit, but it crashed and burned? You got to keep trying. It's the best way. Failure is a learning experience. It's necessary to fail in every endeavor to get better, right? You haven't posted a comic on Reddit yet, maybe for 5-year anniversary of you being part of the community? Yeah, go for it. You never posted, that's cool too, doesn't matter. Even just commenting and on comic threads is fun. Good way to be part of the community. Have you heard of Extra in Exile? His style is similar to yours. I have not, no. It's interesting because you were the only one you knew in your entire school who was kind of interested in geography and geopolitical kind of stuff. Used to love geography. Country balls made history my favorite subject. Your favorite subject. Funny enough, it was because of Drew Durnall that I discovered the subreddit and started making comics. All right, I think it's time for the wheels. Let's see what does this look like so far? That looks pretty good. Once we add the the wheels. I can start filling it in. Or maybe I can do the car last and I can start drawing Poland and Ukraine in the background. In my mind, I have this image of how Poland and Ukraine are posing. Let's see. The wheels are going to be a little strange. Wheels can be hard to draw. Oh, but it's just a circle, you say. Wrong. See, when we get to this part, and it sort of blends into the width of the tire, that's the tricky part, I think. To make it look like a coherent thing and rather just having like a very blatant outline here between the like the edge of the wheel and I guess the width of the wheel tire. And I don't know if I want to add in like the little marks in the rubber. I should, but maybe I won't. And then the hubcap is going to be annoying too. Damn it. I've drawn a... Oh, God. It was probably like one of my first super high effort comics long time ago, like 2012. I drew a... What was it? It was a Ferrari Enzo, I think. It was like a 2005, 2006 model Ferrari. And that took a long time. It was like maybe 40 or 50% of the actual comic drawing time was just drawing that one car. And in that comic, I also had some pretty elaborate mountains, which if you want to make them look really good, takes a long time. So it wasn't like only just the car that I was drawing that took up a lot of time, but it was by far the most time consuming. So, there's a lot of like weird angles and things like that in an object like this. What should your pole and ball comic be about? One of the ways that I always come up with ideas is just read the news. What's going on? Like the... you could do something about Israel and Gaza, Russia and Ukraine, Taiwan and China. A good thing is always, I don't know where in the world you are, but you can do like any kind of intra-European politics is good content, just because if there's one thing Europeans love, it's arguing about minute cultural differences among their countries. I don't really like how I did this. It's 2-point though. This is going to be the hubcap is going to be more two-dimensional, I think. At least the ornamentation, just because it's annoying to draw. Maybe this will be like a multi-day stream project, just because I feel like this car alone is going to take a long time. Whoops. Erase a little bit of this. Made a comic about Norway and Sweden fighting, then Denmark telling them to stop, and then Denmark and Sweden start fighting. Yeah, that's good. That's I mean, that's how I picture Europe, Yeah, this is no good. I don't know. We'll see what it looks like at the very end. I'm using too much red here. That's the problem. It's all bleeding into itself. whatever. I should have used 1 point for that. Or maybe for the very end of this hubcap. Something like that. All right, let's zoom out and see what that looks like. That's not terrible. Yeah, that's not bad. Look at that. It's got, you know, some three-dimensionality to it, right? How does this work? Something like this. Yeah. Okay, I like it. Majority of your comic ideas come from reading the news. You don't even have to entirely base what you're doing on said news. It can just help give you ideas. Yeah, exactly. You know, just like seeing what the, you know, what countries are even interacting with each other at present, right? Like you could, there's a ton of things that you could do about the Houthis and the, you know, firing shit into the Red Sea. Do the other tire. Wheel. Yeah, you can also make comics about, or just look at, you know, major events in history, and see, you know, what countries were involved, and whether or not, you know, you have some additional commentary you want to add on it. Even something that's been done to death, like World War II or the Cold War. Pulling balls are your way of calming down when you're anxious. Yeah, drawing is therapeutic. The great thing about drawing is you don't have to be good at it. You can just do it. You know, there's no prep time. You just take like a pencil and a piece of paper or a, you know, MS Paint, and you can just start doing whatever. It's not like, you know, oh, I want to learn the violin. Well, now I have to go buy a violin and I have to learn how to read sheet music, you know? Everyone knows how to draw. It's like one of the first things we all do as kids, right? Finger painting. The most recent one is about Ethiopia and Somaliland's controversial port deal pissing off Somalia. Came out well, and it's Euro's popular one in a subreddit. I haven't seen it, but admittedly, I don't check the subreddit as much as I used to. I should. But I've been super busy with work the past month or so. Well, not month. I guess past 2 weeks. My busiest time of the year is January to mid-June, which is annoying, but it is what it is. Welcome back, Conrad. So I should do the inner part of the hubcap. Let's do that. I don't think I'm going to do markings on the rubber. It's just too much. impulsively saving. Oh, I went out a little bit too far. What's my opinion on Ashy animations? I'm not familiar with them. What's my day job? I don't want to get into specifics, but I work in politics and healthcare. But I've always dreamed of somehow making a living off of drawing stupid comics. Maybe one day. Make either a plunger or Polish flag bumper sticker. Yeah, we could add bumper stickers. I think that'd be a good thing for chat to put input on. That we already did a license plate, or we've decided what the license plate is going to be. No space. It's really clever. Oh, this is, wow, look at that indentation. That's very 3D. Let's see. This way. This is going to be a pain in the ass to fill in. Because when you draw with a 1 pixel brush, the lines can get broken. So then I'm sure there's like a better way to do it. I'm like not the most advanced Photoshop user because I've only ever really used it for very simple photo editing and then drawing comics. But when you use the paint bucket to try and fill in pixels that aren't connected, it doesn't fill in the ones that aren't connected. And when you draw with a 1 pixel brush, the pixels get disconnected. So if anyone has a workaround, that'd be cool. Honk if your country has balls. My other car is a plunger. That's good. Curva is your suggestion, yeah. Just had this good idea for a while for Yugoslavia playing 5 nights at Croatia's because they lost Germany, the Germans in 5 days. Don't invade on me instead of a don't tread on me sticker. Yeah, happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day to the Americans in the chat. I was off today, which was nice. Yeah, I think I'm gonna add detail, like fill in the colors on the hubcaps and the wheels last, just because I'm putting in too much detail, I think. And it's gonna take the longest amount, or the most amount of time to do. But I think it's coming out nicely. But again, it's just tracing, which is easy. It's just time consuming. And whenever I do use tracing to make a piece of art, I don't like using like existing cartoons, if that makes sense, or comics. I like using an actual image of whatever it is I'm drawing. Because that way it's like, it's still technically like I'm creating it, you know? They keep invading, but we ballin'. Bumper sticker should say, call 5555555 for plumber with Poland with a plunger next to it. America, let's go $35 trillion in debt. You know, people have been banging on about the national debt for longer than I've been alive by a matter of decades, and it has literally never once mattered. It's not the same as personal debt. what did the hubcap look like on the other one? Okay, circle, small circle, and then kind of like a backwards C around it. It's currently 34.06 trillion. Yeah, I mean, what does it matter? We've built a global economic model that's built on debt. And the American economy is the linchpin of the entire global economy. If it fails, then everybody fails. That looks pretty good. Yeah, add a little bit. Ooh, went too far in. Get pixelated. Add here. That looks great. See what happens if I use, whoa, okay, there's a hole somewhere in the outline. I see it, it's near the exhaust. And then this should be like a lighter gray. Then a little bit darker on the inside here. That should be black. Well, no, these are technically supposed to be white, aren't they? But let's go with black for now and see what it looks like. Whoa. Undo that. Oh, I see. Okay, the paneling on the windows I have to fix. There's a hole somewhere. Where is it? Am I crazy? There's a hole somewhere in this, the paneling. There are ways around it. I can do this there. We can do the mirror real quick. something like that. I'll add in all the shading toward the end. I can use the eyedropper tool on the actual image instead of doing the shading myself. Let's see. But for the windows, I want to do like I'm not going to do the interiors on the windows. The interior of the car. Oh, the back is going to be annoying. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I filled it in too quickly. Here, I gotta remove this. I didn't do the bottom panel, the black paneling at the bottom of the car. Front of the car. I didn't do this on the side as well. This curve. Maybe I'll keep all of this black, the outline. See, the curve sort of diverges there and comes out a little bit, give it a little bit more depth. Close that, clean it up. Add a light here, orange light. What is that light for? Oh, that's okay. I think that's most of it. And we'll have to write the, I assume that says Testarossa on the back. You can write something on the back there. I've been neglecting chat, sorry. I like China's flag a fair bit, not entirely sure why, but you do get simplicity. Yeah, I think the Chinese flag is nice. I mentioned this on the previous stream, but I think the Chinese flag and the Soviet flag were a little bit too similar in design, but you know, that was sort of by design. You have a very random massive Guatemalan flag in your bedroom that your math teacher gave you for some reason. I have New York State and a California State flag in my bedroom. I have a U.S. flag hanging in my foyer to my apartment as well. I have an EU flag somewhere as well, and a Union Jack. Detroit Tigers flag. Oh, okay. I guess the black paneling on the front of the car actually is thicker than on the midsection. It was weird. It felt wrong. Let's see. Do this here. That. Maybe a little bit lighter here. Errant pixel here. Fix that. There's a dark gray for the inside of the. God, what is this called? I'm sure there's car people in the chat, but it's like the inset part of the chassis where the wheel goes. The wheel something. I don't know. Do that there. And then we do a darker gray for the exhaust pipes, I think. And then that should be slightly darker gray on the inside because of how light works. So now you can see there's stray pixels that need to be cleaned up. So this is going to have to read no space. So we'll put an actual license plate in here, but no, there's no way it's that light. Oh, let's see. Let's go to 100% opacity. Is that really just pitch black? I guess it is. Okay. No, I'm going to make it a little bit lighter just so that it doesn't blend with the outline. Something like that. It's starting to come together. I should try doing my coloring on a separate layer. It'll give me more control without fucking up the line work. Yeah, you're right. I just, I don't know that I want to spend too much time just drawing the car, but I do that occasionally. But this is one of the more, what's the word? This is one of the more complex things I've drawn recently, and I am admittedly a bit rusty because I haven't made pole ball comics for such a long time, and I just got back into it. But I used to do a lot of fancy shit. Remember, no space. Yes, I'll put no space. I mean, Ukraine can into space, though. I'm going to fix this panel up here. I am going to use this color, create a line there, and then fill it in to about here. That color, a little bit darker grayish blue, white to something. And then something like this here. Okay, that looks okay. And I think I can do white for the rest of the top of the car. Yeah, I think that looks fine. Getting there. Poland went into space in 1978. There was a Polish astronaut who went up on a Soyuz mission. I forget his name, Andrei something, probably. But that was a Soviet spacecraft, and Poland was not part of the Soviet Union. It was a satellite state, whereas Ukraine was part of the Soviet Union. So they can make more of a claim into spacing. What's your opinion on country ball editors? The ones who use phonic type of editing, for example, R2X mapping. I have no idea what any of those words mean. I'm sorry. I'm going to fill in the windows and then sort of put like sun flare or something on it, streaks. The Soviets went to space in 1957. Well, Sputnik did. But Yuri Gagarin didn't go into space until, what was it, 1961, 1962? The first manned space flight? Let's see. That can be black. That can be black. This can be black. That can't be. Donald Trump handily won the Iowa caucuses. Well, will I be streaming weekends? I'm gonna. I don't know if I'm gonna have a regular schedule, but I have the time to stream. I think most evenings. I probably will, just because I think it's pretty fun, and it does seem like it's a way to expose our channel to the rest of YouTube. I was looking at the analytics on the last two, or our first two live streams, I guess, and it looked like a lot of people found the stream through recommendations and not because they were necessarily already subbed to our channel. So, obviously we want to grow the channel. It seems like one way of doing it. How come only 17 watching? This is underrated. We're a new channel. We've only been around for about 4 months. And it's 9 o'clock on the East Coast of the United States on a Sunday. So I imagine a lot of people are getting ready for bed. All the Europeans are already asleep. And if you're not, it's because you're a degenerate student who's awake at 5 in the morning. So I'm not sure what the optimal times are to stream, especially for such an international community. But we have a number of people who are streaming, or who will be streaming on the channel. You only ask because the week is hard for you to watch. Weekends are better, but you got to do what you got to do. I'll probably do both. This is only my second stream, so I'll do more. It's nearly 1 p.m. down here. Australia. Not that late here in the West. Yeah, West Coast, it's almost 6 o'clock. But, people are getting ready for dinner, I would imagine. Let's see. These are lighter parts because it's exposed to light. This is darker. That's just, I guess it's just black. Do black here, black there. Black everywhere, black, black. So we're just doing this piecemeal instead of having to do shading. It's a little bit easier, but it's not going to look as fancy. But that is okay with me. This is, I think, the least interesting part of what I want to draw, the car itself. I want to draw Ukraine and Poland looking badass. Like this here. White on the bottom. Should I just do black outline here? Maybe. That's not bad at all. I really like how that wheel turned out. That's awesome. Fill in some of the blank pixels. You live in a very cold place, but no snow. Yeah. I live in New York, and we haven't had much snow this year, at least in the city. I guess we technically had flurries today, but today I think was the coldest day. It was 29 Fahrenheit, which I guess is like maybe -1 centigrade for all the Europores in the chat. You're so happy that you joined the stream. You too. Yeah. You know, thank you guys for watching. It's nice that we have like a small community now. Obviously, we want to grow it, but it's cool that, you know, I get to interact with all of you guys to the extent that I do. You don't care if it's 5 a.m. and you're still watching every single Poland Ball stream. Oh, we hope to see you at the next one. I'll probably do another one tomorrow night. Maybe shorter. I was planning on this one only being 2, maybe 3 hours at most, but I do have to get ready for work at some point, or bed and then work. If you've seen your channel opinion on me for chat, I don't know what that means. You're trying to chat and watch drawing at the same time. What are you drawing? Oh, it's about the Essequibo conflict. Essequibo in Guyana. Almost applied for the Poland Ball approval quiz. As a Texan, snow is one of the worst things that could happen. You know. Minnesota, yeah, Minnesota's, you guys always get a ton of snow. Virginia doesn't, I lived in DC for 4 years. I went to school in DC. Could get a decent amount of snow in Northern Virginia. Ohio, I've never been to Ohio. Snow in Baja, California. Are there mountains in Baja? I feel like you're screwing with us. Too cold in Michigan. Taiwan, Sao Paulo. No snow in Sao Paulo. I'm pretty confident about that. 3 inches of snow outside. Yeah, I really like snow. We don't get enough of it. There's a bit of bleed over from the subreddit as far as audience growth for your channel. Yeah, there is, but I think we found a lot of we've had a lot of growth just naturally from people finding us on YouTube. As Nazi, snow is a foreign concept to you. Yeah, isn't like the highest mountain in Australia only like 6,000 feet tall or something like that? All right, I guess I should sort of mimic what I did on this wheel for the other one. Too far. This is black, that's black, this is black, this is black, this is black, right? Pretty sure. Yeah. Okay. And then we want this gray for here, maybe here, and here. I'm gonna do, this is a little bit lighter here. Whoa, okay, there's a hole somewhere here. Wanted to, oh. There we go. This is more of a white. That here, a bit of darker gray over here. This is going to turn out all right too. So once I add the black to the outline, it'll start looking real. Because the red obviously is not realistic. Let me hide the. I don't want to hide it yet. Darker gray on the outside over here. We cut off the hole there so it doesn't fill the entire thing. And something like this here. Looks okay. A little bit lighter gray there. I drew the car. I traced the car, but it was freehand. Where am I? Did I do this? good. Just trying to get a sense for what color gray to use here. More of a medium gray here. This looks like it's got some reflected light. Oh, that's too light. Let's do... No, that's too dark. A little too dark still, or a little too light. I think that's okay. Sorry, I've been ignoring chat. I just want to finish this wheel. The two wheels are probably the most difficult parts. It's because there's a lot of different shades of gray. Alright, I think I can add black to everything now. I think I use a lot more 1 pixel brush on this tire than the other one, so it's going to be annoying to fill all of it in with all the outlines in with black. But it seems to be going all right so far. See, there's these small little sections where they're no longer connected. It's like they connect at a point, a corner. And I can't, the paint bucket doesn't automatically fill them in if they're not, if one side isn't touching another pixel. So you guys came to watch a pole and ball drawing stream. I haven't drawn a single ball, just a car. We'll do Ukraine and Poland next. They're gonna have to have some bitch in sunglasses too. Almost there. Okay. Fill this in a bit. Put a black pixel there. All these tiny little pixels that I missed. I have to go do them one by one. It's really hurting my hand. Just use a sort of a generic gray to fill them in. Oh, you know, I did so much more detail on this back tire that I'm going to have to fix the front one to match. Maybe. Maybe I can get away with it. It's this part. Inner part of the tire. Have to fix it a little bit. Looking good. Oh, here's a little... Okay. I think that's it for the rear tire, the rear wheel. This is exactly your pain as a flip-a-clip pixel brush user. Yeah, it's super annoying. Do I like traditional art or digital art? I like both. I'm not great at drawing traditional art. Like, I'm not good at drawing by hand or painting. I've always done digital art. Car takes 2 hours to draw. Yep. Draw Estonia with a polar bear. Doesn't really make sense in this context. Draw Taiwan. Oh, okay. You're telling Danish animation what to draw. Okay. Will Poland and or Ukraine be saying anything in this drawing? Probably not. This is just going to be like a one-panel thing. Maybe I can incorporate it into a comic at some point. I really like Impressionist paintings. I'm a big fan of Impressionism. And this might be a hot take, but I don't like Cubism. Sorry, Picasso. Let's see. What am I missing from this? The windows, I have to figure out how I want to do those. I'll probably do a layer behind the car and then fill them in, and then I can add lines on top of them to make like streaks of sunlight or whatever. Yeah, I need to fix the front tire at some point. And this might be a multi-day project. Maybe I'll pick the stream up tomorrow and do a little bit more, because I'm not going to be able to finish it in one night. But I think we should at least draw Poland and Ukraine. So these are going to be down a little bit. And then... So I probably put in too much detail because I'm going to put Poland and Ukraine next to the car, so they're going to cover some of it. So I might have wasted time actually drawing part of the car that isn't going to be seen anyway. No, you agree... Sorry, what do you agree with? Oh, Cubism, I imagine. Okay. Yes, please. I love watching these streams. Yeah, I'm going to do another stream tomorrow night. I feel like I've got the time to do it. And it sort of kills two birds with one stone. You know, you put in a lot of, you know, all of the videos that we've made on this channel. It takes a lot of time to make a video. When I'm actually streaming, I'm sort of doing both, right? I'm actually drawing a comic, and then it gets posted as a VOD, and, you know, we get an interactive element with chat, which is really cool. But obviously, you know, streaming is a lot less effort than, you know, like making an animated video. So Alpaca has put together some of our animations, or I think all of our animations, almost all of them. And those take a lot of time to put together. And they're, I think, my favorite thing that we put out on this channel. All right. Let's draw Poland. Let's make it a Poland ball, an actual Poland ball piece at this point. How big should he be? Let's see. He's got to be bigger than that. Okay. Let's go with a green or a blue. Should I use 5-point pixel for Poland? Take a break from the car and get on your balls. Yeah. Cubism is what keeps me up at night, right behind country balls with mouths. Yeah. I mean, like, I get it. It's like it was an experimental form of artwork. and a backlash to, well, it wasn't really a backlash to anything, was it? It's just sort of like an evolution of the, what preceded it, right? Like Impressionism and sort of the less super detail-oriented paintings. Do you think the channel will be open to having more contributors in the future, or is the crew, as it is now, already kind of set in stone? That's a good question. I'm not sure. It's sort of a collaborative effort. It's not run by any one person. I think we have like 8 people that are working on the channel to varying degrees and at different times. We do want to have guest appearances for various things. If anyone is interested in being on the Pole and Ball podcast, for example, we do need guests. It can't just be us talking to ourselves all the time. We want it to sort of be a showcase of all the different people in the community who are willing to participate. We haven't put out a podcast in over a month, and we really should get on that. So I'll probably do our next podcast. But I've been having fun with the stream, so that might take up my time for at least this week. But maybe next weekend I can record a podcast. I had originally planned to do one this week, but I decided to try my hand at streaming instead, and I've been having fun with it. So, all right, let's draw Poland. Draw a big old ball. That is not bad. It's a little bit too squished, I think. Okay, this could work. Let's see. You'd love to help? Yeah. Feel free to reach out to me on Discord, or if you're in the Pole and Ball subreddit Discord, you can reach out to myself, Dick Rhino, Aaron, Studio Alpaca, Vorsprung, Gate Nerd, Monotrom, Dick Rhino, if I didn't say Dick Rhino. Okay, so this is going to be Poland. And then Ukraine will be a little bit smaller because he's going to be behind Poland. Let's see Ukraine. Do like a pink or something. Or dark yellow, gold-ish. Just make it a little bit easier to draw. A little easier to see, rather. Oh, I shouldn't be that close. Is that... It's like roughly the same size, isn't it? That's a little smaller. Okay. Maybe smaller than that. This isn't bad. It's a little bit too flat on top. Fix that. Ooh, that's no good. This is one of the things I hate, is like when you get 3/4 of a good looking ball, but then the last quarter is really bad. This is like a perfect example. A 3/4 ball trap is what we can call it. Just start over. Ball trapped. Okay, this is much better. This is workable. Clean it up just a tad. It needs to sort of plateau near the center of the ball, you know? Okay, I think that's okay. Got Ukraine, we've got Poland. I need to find a comic where I have those characters. Let's see. I made a Ukraine and Poland comic, or Ukraine comic recently. Where is it? You could be a podcast guest or provide some of your animations or even drawing video. You're a freelance editor by trade, so you guys could always hire me to help in that capacity too. Yeah, I mean, reach out to us. You know, we're always looking for people to feature on the podcast at minimum. You have 3 comics done, but you're too lazy to submit them for approval. Just fire them off. Nothing to lose. My handle in the Discord it's just koleye, Koleye. You would love to be on the podcast, Manny. Yeah, again, reach out to me if you guys are interested. You know, even if it's a short segment, you know, it's fun to. The great thing about Poland Ball is that it's such an international medium. We get people from all over the world, and you know, it shouldn't just be like me and Dick Rhino and Aaron and Gate Nerd talking all the time. How do you draw circles so well? It takes me so many times. I mean, I've been doing it for years, but even then, like, I've always been jealous of Dick Rhino's balls. I think he makes the best balls. What's up, Square Pitoon? Scoreptune? I don't know how to pronounce your name. Square Pitoon. Yeah, I'm on the server. Use a brush that you created by importing a photo of Japan. Interesting. Still trying to find a comic where I have Poland. Where is it? Poland. Where's Poland? I have these tiny little thumbnails in this folder of all my finished comics over the past 13 years, 14 years. And it's hard to tell when some of them are long width or the right characters are in them. Okay, well, here's Poland. Get that. Where's Ukraine? I've done only a couple of comics that feature Ukraine. Here's one. Okay. This was a comic I made. This must have been like early 2014 or late 2013. This was before Russia annexed Crimea. Yeah, I can. I'll look for you on the subreddit real quick. Let me see if I can find you. What's your Discord handle? That's strange. I should be there. Oh, well, since I'm streaming, I have streamer mode on Discord enabled, so I don't know if that's messing it up. But I can fix it later. All right, so let's just draw Poland and Ukraine, and then we'll give them sunglasses. They don't have to be super detailed, but because I think I'm gonna stream this tomorrow as well. I don't think I want this to be a one-day project. I have a bad habit, just in general, of sitting down and like finishing a project and not stopping until it's done, when in many cases I would be better served by breaking it up over time. I'm not sure I like that ball. Let me curve the line a little bit more. How do I want to do this? Let's see. Okay, well, this can just be a placeholder. This doesn't have to be the final product, but just getting a sense of where I want to put the balls, I think would be good. The right color for Ukraine's flag. the... Okay, we're giving them sunglasses. So let's do that. Sunglasses for Poland first. A little bit bigger, since Poland's a little bit bigger in this comic. Let's do 3-point. I'm going to do green just so I can... I want them to come off the ball a bit. The glasses. That's a little bit too big. Let's try this. No, that's too, the angle is too extreme. That's better, I think. And then another one here. No, that's too steep. Let's see, this has to go out a little bit more and then up. Too far. Okay, that's better. This I think goes out a little bit too far. Pull it down a little. No, it's better the first way. All right, let's try this. 2-point pixel. Something like that. A little bit lighter gray, so it has to be dark for the sunglasses, and then actually, you know what? No, I want to do the lines first. So this should be even lighter. So behind the sunglasses, I'm going to put sort of streaks. Actually, I'm going to use 1-point pixel, or 1-point brush, pencil. Something like this. Drawing sunglasses is one of my favorite things for Poland ball characters. They always just look so cool, I think. Not exactly what I wanted, but good enough. So I was gonna put Poland like here roughly. Maybe Poland's not even too big, or not big enough rather. And then Ukraine was gonna go like over here. Burgers are made from the people of Hamburg, Germany. This is true. We try not to tell people about that. Burgers are Soylent Green. You're making a Poland ball comic about the Anschluss. Okay. It's been done a lot, so make sure it's creative. You really feel that comics about Europe are running dry? It's usually the same jokes over and over again. That's true. I do feel like that's true, but it's you know, Reddit is very heavily North American and European, so people draw and write what they know. Hot cocoa. I want hot cocoa. No one talks about the Polish underground state. Well, I mean, I don't know anything about it, so. Sunglasses are the classic visual for being a cool dude, yeah. Sunnies. Is that what you call it in Australia? Sunnies? You guys have weird slang, calling McDonald's Mackies. But yeah, they are. No one looks bad in sunglasses. You know, sunglasses can look bad, but people don't look bad in good sunglasses, right? They hide like a third of your face, so even if you're ugly, you know, it's a great way to not look as ugly. All right, let's do sunglasses for Ukraine. Start with green as well. There needs to be more pre-World War I comics. Totally agree. But, the most popular comics tend to be ones that feature the most popular characters and the most well-known sort of events in history. So things like World War II are super overrepresented in Poland Ball. And then, so are countries like the US and Canada and the UK, Germany, Sweden. Sweden has got to be like one of the heaviest hitters in Poland Ball comics, considering how small of a country it actually is, like 10 million people. And the U.S. has probably got to be one of the lowest per capita. Maybe not lowest, but like of the major countries, just because it's a big country, right? But Poland Ball is still a small medium. So you've got all these tiny little countries, people from smaller countries that post comics at a higher rate per capita than Americans. We don't get a lot of comics about India or China from the Indian or Chinese perspective. We do get them from Western perspectives. So I feel like we're missing things that we could have. I don't like that second. I don't like this one. Lower angle, top frame. Yeah, okay, this looks way better. All right. 2-point pixel, nose bridge. About a third of the way down. Something like that. This looks good. I like it. Draw some lines behind this. So Ukraine is facing the light source from a slightly different angle. I mean, you don't have to be super, detailed about how lighting works. It's a cartoon, but it's not going to be the exact same angle as Poland because his sunglasses are facing in a different direction. But we'll do something like this. Yeah, Ukraine sunglasses look way better, I think. I might even make this narrower, this band. So we can't call this Miami Vice, so maybe like Katowice Vice or something. Warsaw Vice. If there's a Polish or Ukrainian city that sounds similar to Miami, that would be cool. Poznan Vice doesn't quite work. Kyiv Vice doesn't work. Kharkiv Vice. You're thinking about a Crimean War comic in Country World. That would be cool. I can't remember if there's ever been a comic done about the Crimean War. I don't remember one offhand, so that's uncharted territory. Have I posted the comic from Saturday? Yes, I posted the comic that we drew in conjunction with chat on the Poland Ball subreddit, or sorry, the Poland Ball community subreddit. So if you haven't taken a look, it's up there. Ukraine gold shades. No, I was just drawing gold as an outline, just so it was a little bit easier to draw, so that the black wasn't blending into the black of the outline of the car or Ukraine. All the time you spend on the tires wasted. Well, so here's the thing: is I can just move them, right? If I want to move the car, the Testarossa behind it, I can move them. I can do something like this. I think the back tire looks better than the first one. The back one looks more photorealistic, but the front one looks more cartoony. So I'm actually kind of torn between whether or not I should make the front one look like the back one or the back one look like the front one. But I think I don't really like how the side paneling or the air intake on the body of the car came out. So I might hide a little bit of that like this. I don't know. Yeah, why do they have a nose bridge? They don't have noses. Well, it's not supposed to make any kind of physical sense. You would make comics from a Mexican perspective, but then you would get downvoted to hell by Americans angry of history not going their way. No, do it. There have been a ton of comics made over the years that have been posted to the subreddit that were made specifically to piss off Americans. There's a famous comic about, God, who was it? Sidebard or something that made it? Dr. Osterreich's Butthurt Cream, where someone in the comic makes fun of America online, and then America starts bleeding out of his butt because he's butthurt. That someone would think, not the world of him, and then Dr. Osterreich prescribes butt cream to him. So go for it. Some of the best comics. I mentioned this on the previous stream. Dick Rhino has a great comic that I love about. I forget which countries are in it other than the U.S., but there are countries on like a trampoline. They're playing on the trampoline, and then the U.S. tries to get on the trampoline, but he's a fat piece of shit, and he's like struggling to get on it. He's just like a blob, right? It's just a fat joke, like Americans are fat joke, and it's totally fine. I think it's a great comic. Do you like hot chocolate with water, milk, or peanut butter? Peanut butter? I've never heard of hot chocolate with peanut butter. I normally do it with water, but obviously, if I want it to be richer, I would use milk. But I don't like drinking my calories, so I generally try not to drink very caloric stuff. So adding milk to things that don't need it, I generally don't. Is your opinion on Ruffles, the chips? I'm a big fan. Make videos about China and get views. You should link them. GTA 3, San Kiev. Welcome to San Kiev. I'm Ukraine from Groove Street. Specifically with Texas, they'll get furious. It's all right. Texans are a different breed too. We've got a Texan in on the YouTube project, Chicken Scuttle Monkey. He just did a video essay on the pole and ball world map. If you haven't watched that, go watch it. It's awesome. Yeah. At the risk of upsetting CSM, Texans really love to pretend that Texas is its own thing, and it's not. Hot chocolate with salt. That is good. I've done that. Don't be afraid to be subversive or transgressive in your pole and ball comics. All targets are equal in comedy. Just be clever about it. Yes. There's a couple of rules, sort of unspoken rules. Well, not necessarily unspoken, but in comedy in general, there's a couple things that I sort of follow. One is punching down is not funny, right? Like, if you're making fun of people who are, historically part of like, or if you're making fun of people who are part of a historically maligned or ostracized group, that's not funny, right? That's just bullying. Punching up is funny, right? Like making fun of billionaires or oligarchs or kings or presidents, that's funny, right? So generally, don't punch down. Punching down is not funny. You can punch down, but the group that's sort of like being made fun of, they're not actually supposed to be the target of the joke. They're not the butt of the joke, right? It's like you can make a racist joke, for example, but the butt of the joke has to be the racist, not, the group of people. Does that make sense? Like you can make a TV show and have this one character be like, comically racist, right? And the joke is that this person is super racist. It's not, the fact that they're making racist jokes or that, this group of people is being made fun of. It's that this person is basically lost in time, right? Like this guy's like a 16th century caricature of, someone. But yeah, so generally punching down is not funny. So if you don't feel like you're nuanced or you can't get nuanced enough in a comic or a video or something to sort of make it work. Just generally avoid punching down. The other rule in comedy that I like to follow is the rule of 3, which is the idea that things are funnier in groups of 3, right? This is how you can do a comic based on if the joke is misdirection or whatever. 3 is the minimum number, or rather 2 is the minimum number you need to establish a pattern, right? If you have just one thing happening, it could just be a one-off, right? If the same thing happens twice, right, it could be coincidence, right? But you have it happen twice in 2 subsequent panels. What you're doing is you're setting up the reader to expect it to happen a third time, right? And then it's the third panel where you can subvert what the audience or the reader is expecting. So that's why misdirection is a very common trope in comedy. So rule of 3, you don't need more than 3 to establish a pattern, right? So, if you're giving examples of normal pizza toppings, right? Like pepperoni or ground beef or broccoli, right? You don't need to list 5 different things before you get to the joke, right? If the joke is putting oil or something, motor oil on a pizza, that could be the 3rd panel. It doesn't need to be the 7th panel. But yeah, all countries are up. They're fair game in pole ball. You can make fun of any country, any culture, any part of history. That's part of the beauty of it. So I want to see what this looks like with just I want to apply some filters on top of this just to get a sense of what it would look like if I add a pink filter. Oh, that's so cool. All right, I love this. Okay, that's awesome. All right, so I'm going to do this is just a mock-up. This is not what it's actually going to look like, but this was my idea, was just make I kind of want this to look like a GTA cover or a promotional poster for, I guess a Slavic Miami Vice. Okay, let's try this. And then let's do a pink. Then let's put it at 25%. Okay, that's super rad. I think the pink is a little bit too light. But this was sort of the vibe that I wanted to get here. So I think Ukraine's going to have to hold some kind of pistol, right? Holding it straight up. Poland should have something too. I'll have the Miami Vice logo, but it'll be some Ukrainian or Polish city instead of Miami. And then I'll put palm trees and stuff in the background. It'll be on a road. But yeah, this is sort of along the lines of what I wanted. But I think it looked better when it was just purple. Let me try this again. 25% opacity, and then now I could add streaks of different colors. Let's do something like this. Do a pink layer, and then play around with it. Okay. We'll go with just the purple for now. Delete this layer. Yeah, so I think I'm going to work on the background tomorrow. And then I'll finish the car. but this is coming along nicely. Let me catch up on chat. GTA 6 looking. Yep. Minsk Vice. No, Minsk is in Belarus, yeah. Grand Theft Anschluss. That's pretty good. It would have to be Germany and Austria or something. Said. But I really wanted it to be Poland because I want this to be like a, I don't know. Poland is like the stand-in character when you need, you know, just when it doesn't really matter what country. If the country is not relevant to the comic, I think Poland is generally like the go-to, just default. You know, it's Poland ball. Make Russia in the background crying. I don't really want to put Russia in this. I don't want it to be about Russia. What we need is a Poland ball merch store for Reddit and YouTube. Maybe someday. To sell, you know, Poland ball merchandise. A Poland ball hoodie or something. It'd be hard to convince more of the community. Most find the idea of monetizing Poland ball to be gross on principle. So we felt the same way about a decade ago, even longer ago. But you know, there are YouTube channels out there and there's artists out there that already monetize their stuff. But no one has rights to Poland ball, right? It's a communal thing. GTA 6.2. I don't know how to pronounce. Is it Lodz? Lodz City Vice. Once called a geography YouTube short commenter's child, and one of them made a short on me and called me the N-word. Wow, that's not great. Polska is basically the mascot of our art form. Yeah, that's why I take issue with just the term country ball in general. I get like that we sort of do need a neutral term to refer to a ball that isn't Poland, right? Like it feels weird to say like an American Poland ball, right? Like it's, or I don't even like referring to things as like American ball, but you know, country ball is sort of a neutral term. But I refer to the medium as Poland ball, and I will never refer to it as country ball. Don't want to hear or read the word country ball stickers ever in my life. Fair. All right. Well, I'm going to leave this filter on for now. I think I'm going to end the stream there because I'm going to be pretty tired and I've got some things I need to do before my weekend is over. So thank you guys again for stopping by. This is about a 2-hour and 20-minute stream. So a little bit shorter than my previous stream, but I think I'll probably do another one tomorrow evening, maybe around the same time, 7:30ish Eastern US. If not tomorrow, then the day after that. But I do want to finish this project. I think it's coming along nicely. The license plate will be no space. That was a great suggestion, so we'll keep that there. So really cool that you guys were so engaged in the chat. We really appreciate it. And again, we put out a new video this morning, the Poland Ball News. So go check it out if you haven't. Check out the rest of our videos. Tell your friends and your parents and whatever, your classmates about our channel. You know, we want to engage more people in Poland Ball at large. So yeah, thank you guys again, and I will see you next time.